Okay, folks, welcome back to 717 Scale Motorsports. On today's episode, we'll be doing the final run-through of the 1962 VW Type 1 camper bus, and we'll do a quick preview of what's next. So let's get right to it. So before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out to the folks over at Scale Speedworks. They left me a comment on the last video on this bus telling me that the video had actually cut out toward the end, and I do apologize for that. I don't know what happened there, but between when I last filmed that video and today, I finished up the bus, got everything together, all the decals on, all of the trim pieces on. So let's go ahead and take a quick look. You can see here from the driver's side, it's got a nice fit. You can see we use the open windows here, the open jalousie windows, so they look really nice. Gave them a nice little bit of aluminum trim. That seemed to be the right color to put there. I did wind up having to glue the driver's side door on because as I was trying to fit it, I had a little whammy with the hinges there, and they broke off and were lost and found. Never to be found again, I should say. Lost and never to be found again. But nonetheless, that's fine. I did mold these front windows in the open position. Probably have those windshield wipers on backwards, but I like the way that they look. And I did use the custom Euro tag for the front that just says VWT1. You can see the really nice chrome emblem on the front of the vehicle, and you can see the nice chrome headlights and lights as well. Coming around to the passenger side, this door does open. We can open that up here. Those hinges did not break, and we can take a quick peek inside the interior that you saw in the last video. You can see the white dashboard. That's the insignia white from Vallejo, along with the green floor pan from Vallejo as well. As we back out, we can look into the body of the van itself. We'll close the front door and open the back doors. You can see the kit came with a really cute little portable stove set up there that we got painted and put there on the door. Again, you can see inside there, hopefully, let's see if we can get that to focus a little bit better. It doesn't look like it wants to, but you can see the wood grain that I tried to do with some dry brushing. That was a little tough to do since those plastic pieces were actually flat. You can see here on this door, and I'm really disappointed in myself here, you can see these huge ejector pin marks that, in all honesty, I should have sanded those down. That would have definitely taken those off that door. And you know, now that I think about it, it probably would have put a little pattern on there as well, a little wood grain pattern on there, but live and learn. You can see here the curtains on this door window. Those are actually decals. Those curtains are on all of the windows, obviously except for the front and the rear ones on the bus. So those are kind of nice. That's a nice looking decal. Doesn't want to focus. There we go. Those were a bear to put on. Took lots of decal solvent to get those in place, but nonetheless, there they go. You can see the tires here, those really pretty blue rims. They're open wheel rims. I don't know if you can see that too well on the video there, but they are open. They've got the 4 slots in them, and they've got the chrome baby moons. So that's real nice. And you know, it's just not showing up real well in the video here, but that top is a light blue. It's almost a baby blue. And the bottom, it's actually called Volkswagen Blue White. The bottom is Volkswagen Turquoise Green, which turned out a lot nicer than I was hoping. If we come around to the back, you can see another couple little whammies in this kit. A little bit of overspray that I probably should have sanded off. And you can also see that I neglected to paint this separation piece here. I don't know what that's called. In the right shade of green, but I did do the front and the rear bumpers in the insignia white, and I put a flat a matte varnish over top of those. I used the Florida license plate from 1964 on this and used the USA tag. This back door does open, so let's see if we can get that open here for you. You can see here inside the back as well, we've got some more wood grain finish in there. See if I can get a little light in there. There we go. How's that? You can see the wood grain finish in there on the door, on the panels back there, Had a little bit of a whammy fitting this cabinet in place. I had it glued in there, and when I was trying to attach the body, it all came apart. So the engine bay door does actually come off. It doesn't quite fit. I think the back parts of the body are not quite as tight together as they should be. And you can really see that whammy with the green overspray there. Really should have sanded that off. Moving up to the top, this is where I'm really happy with some of my paint tries here. You can see, hopefully, on this luggage rack, I used some techniques that I picked up from a train modeler, where I took a razor saw and drew that along the wood to put a little bit of wood grain in there. Trying to do this without messing up the lighting too badly. Hopefully you can see that. And then I used the old and new Wood Effects by Vallejo to finish that up. And we did the same on the front. You can kind of see in there some of the wood grain finish. Now on the pop-up camper, I just painted that. I just sprayed that with the Vallejo wood color. I didn't bother to put any sort of trim or try to do any sort of wood graining on that. I just wanted that to be as plain as it possibly could be. I showed you the chassis underneath on a previous video. There's really not much to look at there. But overall, I think this was a pretty good kit. I'll give you my impressions next. So as for my overall impressions of this kit, I would give this kit probably a 9 out of 10. It was a complex kit. It was harder to build than probably anything I've built before. Not only because of the number of pieces, but because of the smallness of some of the pieces, quite frankly. There were some tiny little parts on this kit. Another thing that made it a little difficult, a little more difficult than most domestic kits, and remember this is the Revell of Germany kit, is simply the fact that the body itself was molded in, about 9 different pieces. So you had the 2 sides, you had all of the doors, you had the doors to the back cargo area, the door to the back engine compartment. Those were all separate pieces, as well as the roof. And I had to put all of those together as a part, throughout the construction of the model. And that was difficult. There was a lot of warpage in my particular kit. I don't know if that's typical for these kits or if that was unique to mine. I do have another version of the VW bus. I think that you might be able to see up there on the shelf behind me right there. I may open that one at some point and try to build that one up and see if the warpage is any different on that one than it was on this. Paint-wise, it took paint really well. The moldings are crisp, they're clean. The glass was unbelievably clear. There were no marks or no blemishes. And even the chrome was super crisp and clear. So, overall, I would give this a 9, maybe a 9.5. It is not for the beginner by any means. This is an advanced kit, and it should be done by advanced modelers only. But if you are an advanced modeler and you're looking for something to challenge you or to stretch your skills, I would highly recommend picking up one of these. They're no more expensive, really, than a typical domestic kit, particularly now that a lot of the domestic kits are going for, in the range of $30 to sometimes $40. This one I got for $39.95 on sale at Burbank House of Hobbies in California. So great kit, highly suggested, highly recommended. And thank you all for watching. And let's go ahead and take a quick peek at what's next up on the modeling desk. So the next kit up on the modeling desk is this Jaguar XKE. It's the E-Type Jaguar kit. This is also from Revell of Germany. This is marked as being an all-new tool. It's 1/25th scale. And this was a kit that I got for Christmas. My daughter gave me this one for Christmas. She thought the car was cute and that I'd enjoy building it, and I think she's probably right. You can see here on the side panel what we've got to deal with here. You've got the typical Jaguar engine, a multi-piece body. You can see that front clip is separate because on the real car that tilts forward. You can see the interior here as well. That looks pretty nice. Going to take a little more wood graining, it looks like, really push my wood graining skills to the limit on these last couple of kits. I haven't decided what color to do this one yet, so certainly going to think about that one. And this doesn't have sort of anything on the back other than sort of some little descriptions about the kits, so nothing interesting in terms of what's on the box. It does give you the paint guide. These are probably the new Revell paints. I don't use those, don't like them. I really like the Tamiya paints, and I absolutely love the Vallejo Model Air paints as well as the Speed paints. So you can see on here what we're looking at. That'll be our next kit, and I think the next video is going to be the unboxing of the Revell of Germany Jaguar XKE, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you for joining me, and be sure to like, subscribe, and if you want to, hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I post new videos. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you next time.